Ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome to Buchecha Almeida. Was supposed to be fighting Reug Reug on Friday. He's pulled out injured, so we hope we're going to see you in a month's time against Reug Reug or somebody else, right? How's it going?
Good, very good. Just, kind of frustrated because just last minute that I got the news, but it is what it is.
How used to this situation are you by now? You've had, what, 3 or 4 fights fall through in one. You were supposed to fight Reug Reug once before. Is this the second time it's happened? But mentally, I mean, is it something you just don't worry about? How do you deal with it?
Kind of just like you said, second time that happened, so kind of frustrated because you do the whole camp and the last week I get the news. So, it's something that it's really frustrating because, you know what I mean? So, and I last minute, so nobody else got the fight because it's too soon. So then I don't know what's gonna be next. Being honest, I don't think that fight is gonna happen. So I'm not looking forward to fighting him because I think the organization will give me somebody else. So I'm looking forward for that.
Why do you think it's not going to happen with Reug Reug?
Because twice the fight got canceled in the last minute, so maybe it's not supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Do you think, are you interested, how keen are you to fight him at least one day? Because on paper, it's a really cool fight. He's a viral star. He's 3-1. It seems like grappler versus grappler. It seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, like you said, in paper would be fun. Would be like really interesting, but I don't like to train and get the, you know what I mean? I rather like train for somebody and fight the person because my last 2 fights was the same thing. Like I had changed the opponents. Kang was like we supposed to fight before, then he got hurt, then we have to find somebody else. Then I fought Silva for the first time, but like short notice for him, for me. So I wanna have like a camp that I train the whole camp for somebody, not that I train for anyone. Then the last minute, my opponent get hurt and somebody step in, and I don't know the opponent. So it's always like kind of like a tricky situation.
Are you annoyed at Reug Reug for this, or do you think it's just bad luck?
No, I mean it's bad luck, but it could happen with me, it could happen with him. But just that I'm saying, if it's happening, like maybe he's training too hard, he's training too much. I don't know, but that's what I think, But it's bad luck. Injury, it's injury.
You really produced some magic in your first couple of fights. So I think the next opponent is probably, they have to choose it right. So there can't be that many guys who's the appropriate next opponent for you. So who are you thinking about? Like somebody like Kirill Grushenko, do you think? Who would make sense?
I being honest, they try to find somebody. I just wanna like to fight anyone. Like, so I'm really interested in fighting next month in May. So I'm hoping the organization can find somebody that it's a good fight. So that's what I'm looking forward for. But it's hard to say a name because everyone has fights booked already or something, or injury, or it's tricky. Just like I said, because he got hurt in the last week, changes everything. So now all the opponents have like fights for May, fights for June. So now what I have to do, wait until July. So I don't want to be in that situation again. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why I think the fight won't happen between us.
How important is it to you that you've got these 2 fantastic wins to keep this momentum going? Because you could say, okay, guys, get me a submission grappling match, right? But are you more concerned with keeping the momentum in MMA going?
I mean, I could fight an MMA grappling match, but I think a fight that would make sense, like Ryder is just fought. That's one guy that would be down to fight for sure, and that's pretty much like grappling. I think that's the only guy that comes like pops in my head. So the jiu-jitsu guys, I don't know if they would put like two jiu-jitsu guys to fight each other. So I don't know. But being honest, I don't want to worry about that. I want to worry about my MMA. So I want to get like an MMA fight for sure. So I was
Sorry,
training.
were you talking about Galvao?
No, I mean Galvão, Gordon Ryan's, but I think doesn't really make sense right now for them, for me, because I want to fight MMA. I was thinking about my maybe like jiu-jitsu guy with like a MMA name. I think just like Galvão did. I think that's a more interesting fight for to watch than just like two jiu-jitsu guys. You know what I mean? Or maybe yeah, I don't know.
What was your experience like? I saw you training with Reiner De Ridder. Did you guys have a good time training? How did that go?
Yeah, good training. We had like just one session, so but it's good to see the level of the jiu-jitsu champs of the organization. So it was a good training for sure.
You guys are both competitors. I think he's spoken before about a lot of respect for you, but I think he would also love to compete with you. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always down for a fight, and I did my whole life, so for sure it's always uh, a great opportunity for me to fight against the best, especially like double champ. So it would be like a really interesting fight, 100%.
And in MMA, do you feel that you have the edge over him?
Yeah, like I said, like he's double champ for sure. He gets like a lot of experience, way more experience than me. So if you throw me to fight there, I would fight anyone. But being honest, I know they got way more experience than me, so I need to get a little bit more cage time. But that's gonna happen soon. I'm fighting the guys with the belts of my division, or the guys like of the divisions below. So that's gonna happen really soon. But that's why I wanna keep active. I wanna get like more cage time because if I keep like pushing my fights because like my opponents got hurt and then I fight 2 months later or wait until they recover, it's not good for me. It's not good for my career. I'm not getting any younger. I'm just getting older. So that's why I don't like that. I remember me and Kang, we supposed to fight, but then he got hurt. The organization said, okay, you can wait for him to recover. You can fight somebody else. I said, you know what? I want to fight somebody else. I don't want to fight. Maybe he can recover in like 1 month. Maybe he recover in like in 6 months. I don't know. So that's how I see. Of course, he took his time. He recovered, and then we fought. But I had like a fight before. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I don't want to wait like for Rug to recover. I don't know how long it will take if he will recover. So I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight. I want to fight somebody else.
How important was that win over Kang? Because this dude just knocks people out in the first round, and he proved that he came straight back and did it again, but not against you. Did that prove a little something in your head that you are legit when it comes to MMA, that you can handle yourself against the most dangerous guys?
Yeah, I think, man, like being honest, the first opponent too, Braddock, Anderson Silva is a really tough guy too. Like he knocked a lot of people out, not in one championship, but like in kickboxing, like in his whole career. I mean, he put a lot of people to his lips. So both of them, I knew like one mistake, like one little mistake, I would be out 100%. So but was good because now I know I'm going the right path. The training, I'm doing the right training. I'm training with the right coaches, with the right people. I'm doing a great camp here, full time at American Top Team. So it's been great for me. I have all the support for Evolve MMA as well. So like, I don't have anything to change about that. I just need to train, get better, improve, and show that in the cage. So I can't wait to fight it. I hope I could be like fighting 2 days, but sad I can need to wait to see what's gonna happen.
What about Brandon Vera? Would he be a good opponent for you? He hasn't fought for a while. He's a big name.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Brandon, just like I said about the experience, he has way more experience than me. But like at this time, I think the organization wanna put me to fight. So I don't know what they're gonna choose, but they never spoke about his name as a possibility to fight. So they never said anything about him.
And it looks like the champ is back. I heard some fighters say, like Dustin Johnson said, they didn't think they would see him again in one, that he would go off to wrestling. Were you surprised to see him come back? And do you think that he beats Anatoly?
Who?
The champion.
Arjan?
Yeah, Arjan Bhullar.
I don't know if he's fighting again or no.
Well, he just posted a photo with a contract saying, hinting that he's coming back to fight. So I assume it's going to be Anatoly, right?
Yeah, should be Anatoly. Otherwise, they're gonna strip the belt from him, right? So I think it's fair, right? Because Anatoly wants to fight, and their division can't stop it because he doesn't want to fight. Of course, if he has other plans going on, it's good for him. But the heavyweight division can't be on hold because he don't want to fight, So, or he fights or he give up the belt. I think that's how it is in every organization, and one shouldn't be different about that.
Well, his post said the paperwork is in order. Been a long time waiting for this to come together. Grateful for the next steps and excited to let you guys know. Do you think he's talking about wrestling, or do you think he's talking about fighting Anatoly?
I have no idea, so I don't know.
Do you think that he would beat Anatoly, or do you think kind of the true champion is the one holding the interim belt?
And it's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be like a really good fight to watch, but I don't know for sure. Anatoly is being way more active. That would give him an advantage, but Arjan is really great too. He's the champ for a reason. So this one I want to watch and see what happens. But for sure, it's gonna be a great fight.
I know that you want to take your time and get experience. Does a part of you want to experience 3 rounds in your next fight, just to get that circle time?
Yeah, I think. I mean, the training was all for that, to fight 3 rounds, 5 rounds, like because we train the gym here. A lot of times we do 5 rounds, so I was ready to go like 3 rounds against Reug Reug, and would be really interesting for him because he never fought 3 rounds too. He fought 2 the most, right? So would be a great fight to watch. 2 grapplers like fighting 3 rounds, but sadly what happens, the injuries, but it is what it is. But I want to get the experience to fight 3 rounds 100%.
Okay, last one is from me then. Who do you think is the most interesting guy at heavyweight right now in terms of the person you look at their fights and think, respect?
In the heavyweight division, I think for sure Anatoly is always putting like a great show, and Kang. We can't say anything, right? Every fight, the only loss that he has was their submission, but besides that, you can watch that like most likely is gonna be a knockout first round. So it's a guy that you can get the popcorn when he fights because it's gonna be a good knockout for sure. Good like hooks, and the right hook, it's really dangerous. I was really worried about that. So I think both of these guys, the ones that I like to watch the most, Anatoly and Ken.
Like I said, that's a really nice one for your CV. Maximum respect, Buchecha. You're the man. I appreciate it. Obrigado. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.